What's up, guys? It's your boy, the hoodlum, Eric Ecton, and you're tuning in to the 3 Count Podcast. Enjoy.
Welcome, everybody, to another great edition of the 3 Count Podcast. Now, entering the ring, I'm your host, Clifford Red Dog Miller, and let's go down the invisible roster. There is only one person that we're going to introduce. He's always late to the show. You know him as Hollywood's favorite B-listed actor. He is Jeremy Showtime Grimes.
Hey, better late than baked, but I'm here with both. So I'm the face that makes your girl's heart race. It's show up and show because it's showtime. But let's introduce our guest because I believe it's our best guest that we had to date, and I'm not just sucking up to him to get on CCW. We're talking about Rob Noxious over here.
Yes, we are. So let us introduce our guest, because this is now Entering the Ring, which means that we always have a special guest for you. And that special guest today, you know him. He's all around the world. He is the man, the myth, the greatest of legends, Rob Noxious.
Well, thanks. Thank you very much. But I don't know about all that, but okay, I'll take it.
How are you doing today, man?
I'm doing great, man. I'm awesome. I'm always awesome, man. Thanks for having me. How about you guys? How are you guys?
Oh,
Can't complain.
yeah, exactly. Can't complain.
Especially now, Jeremy.
That's right. That's right.
So the way it works, man, we have a bunch of questions that we're just gonna ask you, and then we have what our favorite thing called the 10 count questions. Literally, just a bunch of questions, first thought that comes to mind, and yeah, we go from there. So I like to start this off by saying, who is Rob Noxious?
You know, I knew you were going to ask that when I watched your podcast, and I was like, all right, I got to have a good answer for him. But of course, you know, as many times as I've been hit in the head, I forgot all about it. So let's just say I'm an indie wrestler who loves professional wrestling, and I want to share all my knowledge with everybody I possibly can, you know, whether they train at my place or whether they train somewhere else. I love going to different places and helping train people. I love wrestling. I'm also known as the guy who does a lot of hardcore stuff. No death matches. I haven't done any of those yet. I mean, if the price is right, of course I'll do it. But I'm afraid of, not that I'm afraid of light tubes, but, you know, I'm afraid of cancer. And I think the stuff that comes out of light tubes might just give you that. So, you know. So, yeah, never say never, Jeremy.
That's a fair assumption to think. You know, light tubes might give you cancer because of that weird powder that's in there.
Yeah, man. It's a little strange.
It is, and I know for myself, man. I told myself, I was like, I might do a death match one time just to say I did it, and like never do it again, because I was like, why not experience everything that's in the wrestling world? That might be fun, except for, like, I don't know, going through like a flaming table or something. I don't know if I could do something.
They're fun. They're fun. See, you can out yourself. You know what I mean? Like when you get caught on fire, you can get patted out or whatever, you know. But light tubes, they can cut your thumbs off, and you know what I mean? Like cut your arteries. No, that's a little too much. No, I like living.
I was gonna say, one time Jeremy and I were talking. Wasn't it you and I talking? It was like this last weekend. We were talking about someone getting like a chunk ripped out of them.
Yeah, off of a light tube.
Yeah,
Which is
I'll do anything. I'll do anything but tubes, man. That's. I don't know.
You guys hear it there first. If you want to see Rob Noxious in a death match, just leave the light tubes at home. Everything else is fair game.
Yeah, there's a couple of guys I think I'd like to have in a death match.
Name one. I just want to hear this.
Well, the kind of death match I want to do is I want to just beat the shit out of them. So I really.
That's what.
Oh, okay, well then forget about it. So we joke about it back and forth prior to just like even like hitting the record button, and we've talked about it like the first time that you and I actually had a conversation. You said you've taken a lot of steel chair shots. I'm just curious, what's the hardest you've ever been hit?
There's actually two of them. You know the stop signs?
Yeah.
Well, I've been hit so hard with one of those that it made me feel like I was going to shit myself. And then I wrestled my son, and he cuts hair, and he cuts this guy who works for Hershey, and the guy bring one of those. Did you ever see the really big, like 5-pound Hershey bars?
Yeah, yeah.
That thing hurt more than anything I've ever been hit with in my life.
Oh, I know.
Like he
It's like
smacked me
punching a
right
brick
back
wall.
with it. Like he smacked me in the back with it, and it was like, oh my god, did I just pee in my pants or what? Like it hurt really bad.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like fun at all. I know, like I remember because one of my friends, he actually works for Mars, and he
Yeah.
was talking to us about like the giant Kit Kats and stuff like that, and I was like, yeah, I don't ever, yeah, it's not something I want to feel. I was like, just like
Oh,
punching it, you're like, oh, that's rough.
it actually really did hurt. Yeah. So
So, one of my other favorite questions to ask people is, what's the worst bump you've ever taken?
um I think the worst bump was it was my fault. You know, I actually did something stupid during the bump was simple. It was a superplex intact without any padding on it was just the wood.
Oh,
So I knew I was wrestling the next night. I was going to wrestle Jake the Snake. So of course, as I'm getting suplexed, I tense up instead of relaxing, and I hurt myself. But a shot in the ass. Took the pain away, and I was able to wrestle Jake the next night. So, but it looked pretty.
That's what matters.
That's all that matters. I mean, the bump looked pretty, but yeah, that was probably. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of bumps I don't remember.
those are the best kind.
Yeah, I jumped off like a 20-foot scaffold, and part of the table hit me in my temple, and I don't remember that after that. But
Juice.
there's some dumb shit that I've done, but that was probably the worst bump.
So then my other question for you, that's actually, it's going to get away from like bumps and punches and getting knocked out. What's been like one of your favorite fan interactions?
Oh man, I have a lot of those, man. It's always with like special needs or something. You know what I mean? Like every year we play a special needs football team. They're called the Burnham Bulldogs, and they kick our ass, man. Like, they see us as larger than life. So, to them, we are like invincible. We're like, we don't feel pain. But boy, they tackle us so hard, man. And it's only supposed to be 2-hand touch. And they kick our ass every year, man. But it's so much fun, man. I love that type of stuff. So.
That's awesome. So aside from that, where's been like one of your favorite places to wrestle?
One of my favorite places to wrestle. I don't know. I liked when I wrestled in Connecticut. That was fun. I don't know. I have this spot called the Lebanon's Eagle Hall, and that's probably the greatest place to ever wrestle with. Ask some of your boys that have been on my shows if they've been to the Eagles Club. It's got a balcony, man, and it's like it's amazing. It's a great building, and the fans are just crazy. They're like ECW fans, man. They eat you alive. If you're not on your game, they're going to tear you apart.
Nice. Now I'm nervous about that.
And you should be, because they will honestly, like, they're ruthless, man.
Well, like that's the thing that I hear a lot is like Philly fans, like fans in Pennsylvania are like, because it's a wrestling state. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Like they don't play around. Like
Right, yeah.
I remember, was it One Night Only for ECW, WWE's
Yeah.
ECW event, and man, John Cena caught it bad.
Yeah.
I was like, I was like, I'll never forget hearing that. I
But
was
that's
like,
awesome, though, man. That's like when you can get the fans so invested into your show or your match, you know you got it. You know you're doing something right.
Right.
Excuse me, and that's the biggest thing, man, to get the fans invested. I can go into a room full of people who know me and love me, but as soon as I'm a heel, they hate my guts. They want to fight. You know, you just turn into that character, and you can do it with almost anywhere, man. Like I've done some shit that people get so mad at me for, man. Like, I'm a big dude, so one time I wrestled in West Virginia, and this girl, she was a big girl, and I start going up the steps, and like I go like I'm going to step on her, and I go, "Oh, you're not the ring," and the audience just went fucking nuts, dude. They just went ape shit on me, man. They wanted to fight. People were pushing me, and but it was all in fun. I apologized to her afterwards, and we're good friends on Facebook, and I'm happy to say that she lost a ton of weight. She actually looks amazing now. So, but yeah, maybe I was the reason she lost that weight. Like,
I was gonna say you're the catalyst.
DDP, baby.
Addie.
So,
All right, well, I'll let Jeremy ask you a few questions too.
All right, I'm actually prepared for this one this time, Cliff, so I'm not coming out of the blue with anything. Rob, you've always been a big influence on my wrestling career and always gave me great advice. Who gave you some of your best advice and one of your biggest influence in wrestling?
Oh, that's a good one, man. Who gave me my greatest advice? It'd probably have to be Mark Mess, man. Like Mark is Mark. I call Mark the indie god because I believe that Mark is the greatest. Like, if it wasn't for Mark Mest and his brother, there would be no real wrestling in Pennsylvania. They keep everything. They train so many people, and Mark kept it real with me, man. Like I drive 2 hours to his place, 2 hours home, and like every time I would get out of the ring, he'd be like, "Did you come here to play or did you come here to wrestle?" He said, "You're the one who drove 2 hours." So that was a big influence, man, and I hold that true to everything, and I laugh. These young bucks are like, "Oh, an hour is too long to come train." Man, fuck that. I did 2 hours one way, 2 hours home. Look at my cat. You see it? And and I had a full-time job, 40 hours. You know what I mean? So all these young bucks who are like, "Oh, an hour is too far." Fuck them. They don't want it. That's the way I look at it. So yeah, Mark Mess is probably my biggest influence in wrestling, I would say.
Awesome. Yeah, Mark's a great guy. I always enjoy my time at Outbreak and always thank them for the opportunity and everything working there. So my next question, this one's a little bit more of like a fan question. Favorite entrance, like could be anyone of all time. It could be indie, professional, doesn't matter. Like an entrance that popped you as a fan, as a worker.
Well, of course, everybody would say The Undertaker. But one night I was at Valor, before me and Valor and Bliss became partners and everything. But I was at a Valor show, and Bliss was just turning heel, and they had this big ass production, and like they were doing like this it's like voodoo type gimmick or something, and it was just crazy. And the way Bliss came out, it was like, I was like, damn, this is like some Undertaker shit. It was like that dramatic, and I'd say that was probably the first time I ever like at an indie show was like, damn. So, yeah.
Who is showing up late? That is my job.
Oh wow.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I showed up late too. So.
There we go.
Oh wow.
All right. I don't care who it is on the camera. They can wait their turn. I have 2 more questions. Anyway, Rob, do you have any pre-match rituals that you go through, or you do?
Yeah, I wear the same. I wear the same color underwear at every show. They have to be black. I don't have black underwear on, I can't wrestle. I always talk to my mom and my grandparents, as I'm saying my little prayers and stuff like that. What else do I do? Shake my opponent's hand, of course. Wish him luck and tell him let's kick some ass and stuff like that. But that's mostly what I do, man. Is just make sure I have the same kind of color underwear on at all times, man. It's stupid.
Hey, if it works, it works. You've been doing it for this long, so obviously it's working.
Well, the thing is, I don't have no ass, man, and my pants are always coming down. So I don't want people to see like blue and then black. You know what I mean? So if everything's black, it's all good.
Good to go. Right on. All right, my last one is absolutely nothing wrestling related. This one's all to every fat guy's heart like my own. What's your favorite food, Rob Noxious?
Spaghetti.
Right on.
Right
Cannot
on.
go wrong with spaghetti. Cannot go wrong with any Italian food at all.
Nah.
That one.
All right. So, for some of you guys who don't know, now joining us in their secret run-in out of nowhere, the king of the naps, the one who only likes to watch YouTube wrestling, not even watch real wrestling. He just watches everything on Wrestle Talk as well as Cultaholic. He is the one known as JJ.
I can see a little bit of JJ. I can see his
Hey,
cross.
JJ, is someone trying to put a curtain up in the background there? Oh, that's your chair moving. Never mind. Okay, it's really blurry everywhere else.
All I see is the chair of JJ's cross, which is a nice cross, by the way.
Thank you. JJ, you gotta lean back a little bit, man. Who wants to see your face? All you see is your teeth.
There you go. Now we see you.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna do my intro that I usually do because I'm late. So
No, go ahead, man. Do it.
Do your intro.
You gotta do it.
All right, fine. I like to thank the sidewalks for keeping me off the street. Some dangerous times going on. It's Revolutionary War Part 2. So make sure you're locked and loaded. Chitty chitty bang, murder everything.
That's great, man.
What's good? You're on the show now, so you can ask questions because Jeremy just finished his round.
Oh, so
Hey,
I'm kind of
thanks for being late for the special guest, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
I was late too, man. Don't feel bad.
It's okay. It's okay. My first question, if it wasn't already asked, what is the best advice you could give to up-and-coming wrestlers?
The best advice I could give to up-and-coming wrestlers. Well, one, I would ask if they really, really love wrestling, because I think in today's world, there's too many people who aren't even fans of wrestling. They're just looking for a way to make it famous, become famous. But I would say, one, stay in school. Make sure you get an education, because the chances of you making it big are slim to none. But if you truly want it, give it your all, man. Give it 100%, or you're going to get hurt. And listen to the people, and don't do anything stupid before you train.
So my next question for you would be like, how should I phrase this? Since you're a bigger guy, who's the hardest person you've hit, like unintentionally?
Oh.
Who have you potatoed the hardest?
Unintentionally, because when I get in the ring with my kids, I fuck them up, man. I kick their ass. We go at it. But I think unintentionally, I don't know, because I don't try to hurt nobody. But I think maybe it was Abyss, when I wrestled Abyss, because he was really light, and I didn't really think he'd be that light because he's a big ass dude. But yeah, it might have been him. I kind of hit him a couple times. So
okay,
he said lighten up a couple times.
Question for you. It's not a wrestling question.
All right.
It's,
you say wrestling like my mother. Wrestling.
That's how my grandmother says it. She says wrestling.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was my mama. What is it?
What is your favorite comic book superhero?
Spider-Man.
Quick with the answer.
Yes.
You have.
I have. Listen, I have Spider-Man gear shift, Spider-Man the leather that goes around your steering wheel, Spider-Man that. I got Spider-Man car seat covers.
You are my favorite.
Spider-Man Stan Lee's over there somewhere.
Oh man.
Oh, that's hard. Spider-Man's my favorite superhero, so
Yeah, Spider-Man's the best, and I don't care. Anybody says anything different, they're crazy.
thank you. Hello, good morning. Well, good evening.
So
Stan the man. I remember when I met Stan Lee, man. He was the nicest dude I've ever talked to in my life.
I'm
And
sure.
I was so starstruck. I just saw him, I shook his hand, I was like, "Nice to meet you, Mr. Stan." And he was just like, "Just call me Stan." He's like, "Not Mr. Stan."
I would have been like I was that way with a couple of wrestlers that I met. So I get it.
I was like, I'm in tears. And I got his autograph, and then he passed away a few years ago, and I was like, I'm holding on to this forever.
Right? I bet. Yeah.
Oh man. All right, so
I'm a big Spider-Man fan, so
I got a story for you after everything that I think you'll
All right.
thoroughly enjoy. So, with that being said, we do have all of us ask our questions. Actually, there's a question that Josh usually asks, but he didn't this time, so I'm going to ask the question anyway. So let's pretend we're in a time machine and we go forward 5 years. Where do you see yourself?
in 5 years I'll probably be retired, man. I'm actually old as shit, yo. I just wrestling keeps me young, man. It's like I'm 50 years old, but I don't feel it. I don't act it. I don't.
You don't look
I,
it.
I don't look it. Like I told my wife the other day. I said, man, I got to stop acting like I'm 25, man, because I run around like a nut, man, and quick to punch somebody in the face, and you know what I mean, like I'm 25 and shit. But in 5 years, I hope I'm just running shows, man, and just still giving knowledge to everybody. That's the most important thing.
I like that. I like that a lot. So that's it for these questions. We're going to get on to the world famous 10 count questions. There's the invisible timer. It's going off. Bing!
Oh shit.
There it is. It's not going to be that tough. Just, whatever comes to your mind. So, question number 1. SmackDown or Raw?
ECW.
Right with me. Favorite candy?
Milky Way.
I thought you were going to say Hershey's because, Early bird or night owl?
Night Owl.
Pepsi or Coke?
Coke.
Favorite energy drink?
All of them. I'll go with the bang I got right here. How about this? There it is. There you go. Cheap plug. Pay me, bitches.
Last show you binge watch?
I am right now. Snowfall.
Okay.
It's a
Favorite
good show,
holiday?
by the way.
Favorite holiday? Christmas. Christmas.
It's a Friday night. What are you doing?
Hopefully wrestling. If not, training.
Would you rather be too hot or too cold?
Too hot. I hate the cold.
And everybody's favorite question to ask. Favorite curse word?
Fuck.
Yay, let's go. And that's how you pass the 10 count question.
There you go. There you go. It's called 10 count, but you're called 3 count.
Hey, it works, right?
Yeah.
Gotta have it in there. So, why don't you give our listeners like your social media plugs, like all the things that you're doing currently, so that we can.
Let me tell you something. Like I said, I told you I'm old. I'm dumb, and when it comes to all that, I'm Rob Noxious on Facebook. That's all I could give you. I don't even know what my Twitter is, man. I have one, but I don't know what it is. I think it's the real Rob Noxious. I think that's what it is at everything, because there's so many clowns trying to be me now, and there's a punk rock dude now who's singing and shit like that. But there's even a fucking clown named Rob Noxious. So, but yeah, I don't really know all that bullshit, but I wish I did. But hit me up on Facebook, Rob Noxious.
Well, what about your school? Like, if guys want to come train and they're listening,
Fort Noxious. Fort Noxious is on Facebook. You could hit me up, or you could hit the school up. Everybody's always welcome at my place, man. I try to get Jeremy to come up. I think Jeremy's a little scared. I'll call Jeremy out right
none of
now.
that. None of that.
I'm calling Jeremy out. But yeah, our training is a little different, man. You know, we bust your ass when you're at my place. You know, when you come, you're gonna know. You're gonna leave with a bunch of knowledge. That's for sure. I love to train, man. You should come up one day. All of you, every last one of you. Everybody's welcome at my
Hey,
spot.
Cliff,
Man.
looks like we got a road trip, man. He done put me on the spot, so we got to do
I
this.
did. Everybody's always welcome at my place, man. We're open Fridays. We're open Sundays, 10 a.m. till 3. Wednesdays, 6 to 9:30, and then Fridays when we're not wrestling, 6 till 12, 1, 2, whenever we leave out there. So you're more than welcome. All of you guys are more than welcome to come up and hang out. Whatever.
Oh, yeah. I might have to take up that offer and go up there one night.
You should, man. It'll be fun. It'll be an eye opener for you. I promise. I put my training up against anybody in the state of Pennsylvania that my place is the best place to train. I'll put that on anything. We got the greatest chain wrestlers there are. We got the guys who bump their asses off. I got a 7-foot fucking giant that can walk the top ropes at my place. So, you know,
I love it.
I'm bragging a little bit about his big ass, but you know, he came to me and said he didn't want to be like all the big guys. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna treat you like you fucking Rey Mysterio Jr. And
That's my favorite wrestler of all time.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
He's no Eddie, but he all right.
Hey, look, man. I know, okay.
You're right.
He's got that heat. He's got that heat. He had that heat with him, but Rey Mysterio. It's just something about Rey Mysterio that, like, that's what. So if anybody's ever asked me, and Jeremy knows this to be true, my inspiration, like, to be in wrestling is Rey Mysterio, because, like, it's like no matter what, he was always the underdog. Like, he's always the underdog, even when he's wrestling guys who are smaller than him. For some reason, he's still the underdog.
Right.
It's like
Rey Mysterio is so good, but I just say that because my favorite is Eddie Guerrero, and you know, I don't think anybody could ever top Eddie. I think if Eddie Guerrero was still alive, wrestling would be so much better than what it is today. I truly do. I think he would have people busting their ass. There wouldn't be so many fucking non wrestlers who just want to be in it because their fucking friend is, or because they want to, you know, because they look good because there's a model. But you know, I look at it this way. You know, not every fucking buff dude can fight. You know what I mean? Like, so there should be all shapes and sizes in wrestling, man. You know, because I seen some little dudes fuck some people up that had muscles. So you know.
Yes, I've seen crazy stuff being all over the world. I truly understand what you talk about when you say those things.
Your
But
boy's just sitting there like he's in GQ magazine and shit.
Yeah, look at him.
like he's fucking, I don't know, waiting for his motherfucking award to be announced and shit. Look at him.
you know the crazy thing. I can't even pick on JJ right now, because honestly, like, the last interview we had, like, he was looking like Lex Luthor, sitting around like this all the time. A couple interviews before that, he was like hands over his face, like Britt Baker seeing Adam Cole
Well,
for the first time.
he looked like, you know, he's just there with his chain, like looking all pretty and shit. You see him, Jeremy? He's like, yeah, I'm the pretty motherfucker out of the bunch here.
Look, he didn't even say the word.
That's because he knows it, huh? So, JJ, are you a wrestler, JJ?
No, I'm not. I'm just a fan.
Oh, well, that's great. We need fans, man. I love fans.
Yeah.
They're the whole reason why we do it, man.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just a fan. I'm not cut for the wrestling life.
You ever try it?
No.
Uh,
I just don't. I haven't tried it like professionally. Like, I've done a few stints, like just like a few like gimmick jobs. Like one of the characters my brother did was IP Freely. And he's literally like a joke character. He comes out to like the potty dance, and like one time he needed me to play IP freely, and I did it. I basically just a joke. I just
That's
took
funny.
a couple bumps and then got thrown over the ring or whatever. Yeah,
It happens, man. It's not made for everybody, man. I tell everybody when they try out at my place, I tell them that you have to be a sick fuck to want to be a professional wrestler. There has to be something in you that's totally messed up, because who wants to hurt themselves on a regular basis? Like, who wants to throw themselves to a mat and get hurt? You know?
Yeah, that
Derek
was I'm
left
not gonna
us.
lie. The
I
first
didn't
bump
leave. I'm still here.
the first bump I ever took, man, I was they were like, all right, man, you're just gonna learn how to fall on your back. And I was like, all right, cool. How's that gonna work? And little did I know, the way they did it was they put somebody behind me and just pushed me over. I was like,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
that's a lot.
I actually learned how to take a bump in a barn, on a dirt floor, on a crash pad. Yeah, that's how I first bumped. I didn't even get into a ring at first, man. It was like, ugh. It was that Steve Blackman had a friend named Ron that was his wrestling name is Johnny Rebel, and they were partners in their school, and they would take everyone out to the barn before they even showed him the ring and shit, and they would have us bump on his fucking crash pad, and man, it hurt so bad. I don't even know why I kept doing it. I have no idea, man. But
'Cause you
then
gotta be a
once I
little
became a
sick to
wrestler,
wrestle.
yeah, you have to be, man. You have to be. There has to be something wrong with you up here to be a wrestler, you know.
Yeah,
Unless you like pain, you know.
yeah.
And then
That
there's still
actually, you know what?
something wrong with
That's
you.
yeah. There's still something wrong.
As Jeremy puts his ball gag into his mouth.
Well, on that note, that's where we're gonna wrap this interview up. Okay. So I am Clifford Red Dog Miller here with the Showtime Grimes, also the faded out JJ, and of course now entering, we present Rob Noxious. Tune into the next episode. So either be there or be somewhere else. What's going on, 3 Count Nation? I'm Clifford Red Dog Miller with the catchphrase. But what I really want to do right now, go to twitter.com, right? Go over there, find us at the 3count_pod, give us a follow, give us a like, give us a comment. We want to talk to you guys. Go to IG at the 3countpod. Give us a like, give us a follow, leave us a comment. We want to interact with you. Go to youtube.com, give subscribe, turn the bell on, turn the notifications, leave a comment. We want to talk to you. Go to anchor.fm/the 3count podcast, and in there, you can leave us a message, and we will talk to you. Basically, what I'm trying to tell you is that we want to talk to you. We want to have fun with you guys, and we love listening to what you guys have to say. Also, one thing I need you to do for me, the 3count podcast also has merchandise. Oh! At prowrestlingtees.com/the 3count pod. Please go buy our t-shirts. We love you guys, and we hope you love us too. So, show us some support, please.